Hey, well, fans of Thomas Mott, welcome to Photo of Eagles Now. It is the Sunday after the NFL Draft. We know exactly who the Eagles took through all 7 rounds of the 2022 NFL Draft. Today, though, let's look at the undrafted free agents that, up to this point, Philadelphia has officially signed. There are more undrafted free agents in the Pro Football Hall of Fame than there are first overall picks and second overall picks, and so, by no means are these players guaranteed to be great, but there is a chance they could eventually become starters or at least, good role guys. Think Boston Scott and Greg Ward over the past couple of seasons. Now, again, these are the guys that are signed as of right now. They can always add more in the coming days and weeks, but on Sunday, we're going to go through these one by one in just 1 second. First, quickly run through that incredible draft over the past 3 days up in Las Vegas. Philadelphia, Howie Roseman, you tipped the cap, did a very, very, very good job. Jordan Davis, had not pictured A.J. Brown being traded for. They had Nakobe Dean is my favorite draft pick of the entire draft. Absolute steal. This is a very impressive, very good class that I think can be one of the better ones we've seen in recent NFL history. Now, again, I say this time and time again, no one really knows. This could be the worst draft class ever. They could all be bust, and it'll be like, well, no idea that was going to happen, but I think the odds of this being a strong draft class are very, very high, and I think that Howie Roseman and company did a very, very good job. Now, we're, of course, going to get in to all of the different free agent players here in just 1 second. First, grade the undrafted free agent class. What do you guys think? As we go through this, give me your grade, A, B, C, D, or F. How do you feel about the UDFA, the undrafted free agent class? Let me know down below right now. Now, personally, I like this class. I think Philadelphia does a very, very good job of finding some diamonds in the rough and undrafted free agency. Every team does it. Every team finds good players. But over the past couple of seasons, the Eagles have done a very good job. And I think as we'll go through these and as we'll see, there's a lot of potential at the big key positions that they didn't really address in the NFL draft. So we're going to dive into this right now. Let's start with the quarterback position. The first 3 here, they took E.J. Perry, a quarterback from Brown, but the main focus is, of course, Carson Strong, the Nevada quarterback. Surprised he fell out of the NFL draft, although once you saw Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett and the rest of those guys fall, Pickett, of course, went 20, but Corral and Ritter went in round 3, you kind of figured that Carson Strong would go ahead and fall out of the NFL draft. Knee injury is the big issue there, right? How healthy is that knee? The arm strength is fantastic. I think he's a great player overall. He will compete for the backup job alongside Gardner Minshew. I thought they would trade Gardner Minshew during the draft. They chose not to, and so now it's a matter of will they trade Gardner Minshew during training camp? There's a quarterback injury. Either way, it's important to emphasize this is not a direct competition for Jalen Hurts. No one thinks it is. It's simply a backup role, and Strong, I think, can be a very good backup. Throw in Reed Blankenship as well, the safety, who was also picked up as an undrafted free agent, but Carson Strong is the focus here, and I think he's going to make the roster and be kind of the Nate Sudfeld of the new look Eagles. Sudfeld was a great backup, a great third-string guy for a couple of years, the past couple of seasons. No longer there. I think that's your new look here with Carson Strong. Help us get to 28,000 subscribers as we roll through here. So close. We're at 27,915 subscribers. We've had so many new guys join the channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys joining us during the draft. Plenty of great content coming up the next couple of days and weeks. I will say this quickly, though. I'm going out of town. I have a flight to Europe in literally 2 hours, and so you won't see me on the channel for a couple of days, maybe the entire week, actually, because I'm going to be gone for 9 days. But rest assured, if you're now subscribing, you're wondering where I went, the guys at Chat Sports, obviously, the people who run this channel, will have plenty of other people filling in, but I will be back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to Europe for a little vacation. So hopefully we have good weather. Wish me luck on some good weather there. Okay, keep going here. Enough about me. Alabama cornerback Josh Jobe, or Jobe, however you say his last name. I think that's a very good, depth position there at the cornerback spot. And Mario Goodrich, the Clemson cornerback, I think Goodrich might actually be my favorite of the entire draft class. I think he has a real chance to go ahead and not only make the roster, but maybe not push to start, but just add some depth. That other cornerback slot opposite of Darius Slay has some major question marks right now. You can throw in Duke's cornerback Josh Blackwell into that mix as well. I think one of these guys at least makes the roster just due to the fact that you don't know who's starting. Right now, it's Zach McPherson, and congrats and good luck to him. Will they sign somebody who's left on the free agent market? I don't know, but right now I think Mario Goodrich is my favorite pick just because he has played a lot of cornerback, starter obviously at Clemson, and I think that you need some bodies to push all the young guys who are trying to win that number 2 cornerback job opposite of Darius Slay. Who's your favorite undrafted free agent signing? You guys have one? Out of all the ones that we're going to talk about here today, mine is Goodrich. I think that Goodrich, maybe the Bama cornerback as well. I think corner was a big need they didn't address in the NFL draft. That's why my draft grade video was a B+ and not an A+, because I thought it was great minus not getting a cornerback. Do you have a favorite undrafted free agent signing? Let me know down below right now. Okay, let's keep going here to the offensive linemen. They were always going to sign some undrafted free agent linemen. San Diego State's guard William Dunkel was an undrafted free agent signing. A guard probably not going to make the roster, more of a camp body, but still there. And Oklahoma State's guard Josh Sills, who I saw play during my senior year at Baylor, I think. I'm pretty sure Sills was overlapping. Good player. I mean, obviously played in that system up there underneath Mike Gundy, but the odds of any sort of free agent offensive lineman, at least undrafted, making this roster very, very slim, just due to the fact that they drafted Juergens there in round 2. They have a lot of bodies on the offensive line, a lot of good bodies ahead of these guys, so they have their work cut out for them. Same with the Iowa D tackle Noah Ellis, say his last name. He also has his work cut out for him, just due to the fact that they signed or drafted Jordan Davis. They added some more pass rushers in the later rounds of the draft. It's a long uphill battle to make it as a lineman on this roster. I'll mention it one more time. I do want to mention the new subscribers who, of course, have subscribed to the channel. We've had 500, 600, 1,000 new subscribers the past month. If you guys like what we do here, even leading into the draft, it's even better after the draft. Because even though the news dies down a little bit, we have tons of offseason stuff planned for you. Previews, schedule breakdowns, which position groups are going to pop off. And then we get to the season, and that's where the real fun begins. Be sure to subscribe, and I appreciate all the new people who have joined the channel here as I'm trying for 30K. I mean, 30K would be sick by the start of, I don't know, June, July. I think we can get there. Only 2,000 away. If you guys like the channel, like the content, go down below and subscribe. All right, final guys who have been signed so far, the offensive weapons. Again, more can sign the next couple of hours after this video. I might miss somebody, but as of right now, Kennedy Brooks, the Oklahoma running back, Big 12 first team all Big 12 is what you officially call him. Great running back at Oklahoma. Surprised he went undrafted, but there were some better options out there, and this happens every single year where a running back who is incredibly productive, and he was incredibly productive at Oklahoma, doesn't, get drafted. And so he comes in on a very cheap deal. Philadelphia made it a priority to sign him. That was kind of a little bit more money thrown at him during this UDFA period. But Brooks, I think, can compete for what is a busy running back room, but an often injured running back room, and you never know when he needs to slide in week 6 and fill in for a couple of injuries. And finally, the Utah wide receiver, more of a return specialist, Britton Convey, is going to go ahead and be in the mix to return kicks, because I think Rager is going to be traded or cut at some point this offseason, and so who's going to return kicks? Convey or Covey might go ahead and be that guy. What do you think? How many Eagles make the roster out of this list? How many Eagles are actually going to make the final 53? Tough to do. Most of them will be practice squad guys or cut. I think 1 to 2 is where I would go. Let me know where you guys think in terms of how many undrafted free agents make the final roster by going down below in the comments section right now. All right, let me wrap up by giving you my final thoughts here. It's a fine class. It's so nice we're not going into the undrafted free agency period looking for actual weapons on the outside. Remember the past couple of seasons where it was like, oh, maybe Travis Fulgham can be a starting wide receiver because Lord knows we need it. The wide receiver core is fixed. They are way better than they have been. This is the best wide receiver core right now Philadelphia has had in almost 10 years. Go back to Macklin and Deshaun Jackson, Jason Avant too. It's been a long time since they were this good. I like the depth at quarterback. I like the adding some bodies in at cornerback. It'd be fun to diamond in the rough there. I think Kennedy Brooks is going to be one of the guys that maybe makes the roster, or will for sure at least be a protected practice squad guy for the majority of the season. All right, we'll end on this. Predict the Eagles record. You know what the new roster looks like. Oh, man, it's going to be fun. Predict the Eagles record down below in 2022. Let me know how many wins. I'm feeling playoffs, but most teams right now are feeling playoffs, so, what do you really know? Ultimately, we have for today. Again, I will not be here for the next week. I'm going to Europe on a little vacation, and so stay tuned. Chase Sr. is going to take over a lot of this channel for the next couple of days. If they get Tyrann Mathieu, he's going to break it all down for you. I'll tweet it at Real Thomas Mott, my Twitter account. I still have internet over there, but I will be off for a little post-draft vacation for myself, so I'm going to enjoy that. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. For Philadelphia Eagles now, signing off. See you guys soon for the rest of your day.